Be you, baby.
You be you, baby.
We're all here to be our weird selves.
It's car con carne. Let's eat in the car. It's car con carne. And now here's the star of our show, James Van Alstyne.
This right here is Car Con Carne. It's a Q101 podcast, which sounds weird, doesn't it?
It does sound weird, but I like it.
I mean, we both worked there at the same time back in the day.
Yep. And here we are again.
And when I meet people on the street, it's like I've done nothing since.
Like one of the characters said in the Haunted House.
You still doing sets in the Dome Room?
Oh, my God. Do you remember those?
I went to those.
Oh,
Yes,
those were the
I was
best.
a fan of those. I loved them.
Oh, Sunday night Dome Room.
Yep.
So I had this brand new local band in the car. This was probably 2 months ago. And they said before we started recording, remember when you played Nookie on Q101 9 times in a row? I'm like, I do.
Yeah.
That was 25 fucking years ago. I swear I've been busy since then.
But
I've done other things.
it's something to be. It's great to be known for that. Come on.
It is. It's good to be known for something, for sure. All right, so this is a Q101 podcast. I'm James Van Alstyne, Car Con Carne, brought to you by Easy Automation, easy-automation.net. Are you ready to turn your home into a smart home? Transform your living space with cutting-edge home automation. Experience seamless control over audio, video, lighting, climate, security, and more. Embrace the future of smart living. It's your home, your rules, motherfucker. Easy-automation.net. He's okay if I say that.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
it.
I mean, I'd pay for it.
Right.
It's your
Right.
podcast.
It's my podcast.
It's the one thing I can't get sued for.
By the way, you do them a lot better than other
everything else I can
podcasters
get
do.
sued for tonight, but this is the one thing I can't get sued for.
Right.
I meant HellsGate. I need a little bit of an edge. So if you listened to my visit to HellsGate last year on Car Con Carne, you knew that this episode was inevitable. I'm back at HellsGate. One of my all-time favorite things about Halloween, really one of my favorite things all year long. I'm again joined by my old friend Tim Virgin, former Q101 colleague, currently afternoon host at 94.7 WLS. Tim's in the backseat if you're watching on video. Hi, Tim.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
To my right, he is HellsGate Haunted House founder and owner, John LaFlamboy.
Hello. And
Hey,
welcome
can you put the
back.
mask on again real quick?
Yeah.
It says I have a camera.
I gotta do the whole thing though.
Here, you want me to hold it? Yeah, hold this mic for him.
This is for the kids watching at home.
For the kids, if there are kids watching at home,
This
surely
is kind of like behind the curtain.
Yeah, you gotta
This
start
is.
with a little bit of this kind of balaclava.
Oh, those
action,
eyes,
right? 'Cause
those-
this kind of hides all the skin. Big mask made by
Look at that.
Anthony Graham.
Look at the way that mouth moves.
That's creepy.
The key, right? And then have a little class. Be civilized.
Oh yeah,
Nice formal hat.
Yes.
it's like Clockwork Orange meets Muppets meets Zombie
Oh,
Yeah, meets Misfits.
meets the Misfits. Exactly.
There it is. I love it, John.
I love it too. Teenagers from Mars, we don't care. So HellsGate it's the best. It's immersive. It's brilliantly executed. It's different in all the right places every year. I want to talk about the differences between this year and last year because they seem more obvious this year.
Okay.
You changed some stuff up. And it's really the most fun you can have at a haunted house. I love it here. You can get tickets to go to HellsGate Thursdays through Sundays until the 22nd, and then Wednesday through Sunday starting on the 23rd. There is no excuse not to come out to this. It's that time of year. I wish this were year-round. I mean, I wish there was a way we could come here in February.
I don't. I really don't.
Because the season ends and you're just back into it for the next season.
Well, yeah. I mean, it takes us. I'm gonna take the mask off now.
Okay.
We've done a little bit of mask action.
Does your character have a name?
I am the houseman.
Okay.
It is a demonic version of a butler that is keeping all in order and all the trains on time for the darkness.
So, all right, we'll get back to the question about developing and working in a second. There's lore built around HellsGate. I mean, in order to concept these rooms, you have to have a storyline in your head.
Yes, yeah.
So what is the lore of HellsGate?
Sure. I mean, it's like a book long at this point. But I, above all other things, am a storyteller. So I would have no fun whatsoever designing haunted houses without a story. So, of course, HellsGate has a story. The basic elevator pitch on that story is that Captain Moorstone was coming across the continent to take this job on from the state of Illinois to start a cemetery for the unwanted. Those are the prisoners, the orphans, the women in battered homes, the mentally unwell. This
The
is
DJs.
back in the late 1800s. The
Right.
DJs, yes.
Now I know where I'm going to be laid to rest.
The radio phone players.
Perfect.
And this is back in the late 1800s, but on the way, his two twin daughters of 12 years old both died of consumption. And, he wanted to make sure his daughters were at a proper resting place and they were happy in their new resting place. So he reached into the darkness to see if they were at peace, and unfortunately, sometimes the darkness reaches back. And so this is a tale of love. It is about a man's grief for his twin daughters and trying to reach out to them, but unfortunately he was played a victim. The darkness crept in, and now we have two demons playing dress up in the corpses of his 12-year-old daughters, and spreading the darkness and advancing the darkness throughout the building.
And the twins are front and center. I mean, like, no matter what changes you make year after year, like, they're essential to everything here.
Yeah, I look at them like my opening credits.
Yeah.
Right? Like you have your favorite TV show that's got its opening credits with that opening sound, Mine was Greatest American Hero.
Look at what's happened to you.
I can't believe it myself.
I'll make changes.
Do you
to
play
it.
that on 94.7 WLS?
No, we should know. 80s, baby. Go ahead. Sorry, John.
No. Yes, I a lot of haunted houses out there go alpha male, giant guy, scary guy with a knife or an axe. That's always a scary thing. We went a different direction. A lot of my featured scaries, villains here are women. The twins.
That's a great point.
Yeah,
the
that is a good
twins-
point.
The twins are my icon scaries. Mother, who is probably my most widely known icon character here on all the billboards, female. Boona, female.
We made fast friends with her. She's
Yeah, she's amazing.
You still have your wallet? Because she's tricky.
Really, John?
She got fast hands. All I'm saying.
Yep, got it.
But yes, we got a lot of that going on over here. And for me, it's because I'm a firm believer that the people that come to work in haunted houses leans heavy female. The people that come to see haunted houses leans heavy female.
I would not have expected that.
Yeah. Those are
would
my
you have
customers.
No, well, you know what? To be honest with you, a lot of people in my life that love haunted houses are the girls.
Yeah.
All the girls in my family love it.
Yeah. And
I mean, I don't have children, but my family, friends, girls in my life that have been in the past love this. John knows I've brought many dates.
Yes.
The many years of his
place for date night.
I'm telling you right now,
This
it's
is
one of the
perfect.
best. And let me tell them why.
Yes,
because once you get
please.
through, there's this amazing, once you get through it, you can stay in the back. There's a bar in the back. There's food. There's places to chill out. It's really an awesome night. It's all encompassing.
Yeah,
is what it is.
Great, like outdoor food. Like a couple selfie stations out here. Giant video screen playing cool music. I mean, they're playing like Sabotage, I think, while we're out there.
Yeah, it's a place where you can hang out. Where a lot of places you're in and you're out.
Well, yeah, and that's the whole idea, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I've been doing haunted houses for over 25 years in Chicagoland. And this idea that the customer is almost dismissed right away.
Yes.
Right? Park, get in. The haunted house is 11 minutes long.
Yeah, get out.
Get out.
Yeah.
And inevitably, and I'm a huge haunted house fan.
Yeah.
We're all standing at the car going, what next? Does anyone know that where was there a bar?
Yes.
Let's go get a drink. Anyone know where a close one is? Or
Right.
where can I get a sandwich?
Right.
Like that happens, and for me, I don't want any of those questions.
Right.
I just want to provide all the answers.
Yeah,
I want
you
this
do.
to be your night out. This comes
Right.
once a year. This is this cultural phenomenon in America. It should be celebrated. And when you come out to a haunted house, I feel like it should be the entire night. You should
I
be able
agree.
to have fun, have
Yep.
a drink, go
That's
through
it.
the show, and then the midway. Exactly what you said, Tim. Like, I call it my cathartic act. It is designed for the cathartic moment where we can share with each other what we saw and how we felt by that, because that's what we're here for.
Right.
Yeah.
And
We're here to see our friends react to all of this.
you walk out of HellsGate and you're amped up.
Yes.
You're smiling. You're talking and like jumping back on the bus right away.
Yeah, no.
I don't
Seems
want
like a
that.
waste.
It's a
Like
downer.
Get yourself a signature drink.
Yeah,
grab a
we had
snack.
it. By the way, I had the punch.
There you
it
go.
was a pleasure.
Red rum punch.
Red rum punch, a pleasure.
And so that's just it, is I want you to have that too, because for me, in a world where we're losing live entertainment by the minute, right?
Yep.
Theaters going under, live venues going under on a regular basis, we're losing that connection to go out and do things together and experience those things together. And that is, as much as it's all scary and terrifying and all that, it really is the foundation of this, is live theater, to get the audience to come out and experience something together. So,
interactive theater.
So we need to have that monster midway at the end, so you could have that moment too, to talk to each other and share and point at your friends and say, I saw what you did when you walked into the greenhouse. That bush got you, or that demon in the dragon room got you. Like, it's having that shared experience that I'm really fighting for out here with the expansion of what we've done in the last 3 years here.
I feel like you lean heavier on the Satan outside as opposed to inside the haunted house.
Where did you see Satan? Not allowed. He's on the list. Banned. Got out of hand. No. Playing that heavy metal music.
How dare him?
All right, so what's different this year? It felt to me like maybe toward the last third of the haunt, there was a lot of new stuff. A lot more like claustrophobic maneuvering. Is my memory serving me correctly?
Yeah. No, you nailed it. That's really awesome. One of the big things we did with this year's expansion is the sewers underneath HellsGate, right? You got to take the slide down into the basement. And I was, because it's story-based, because it's got this foundation and story, I have to challenge myself as a writer every year to expand that story. I got to keep pushing that story forward. That's how the rooms get designed. That's how we innovate. That's how we find new things. So what we did here is inside the sewers, which is where you were, instead of just doing a sewer where you've got like a bunch of sewer stuff, right? Maybe Chance the Snapper's in there, whatever. My sewers, I needed to be different. So I built this giant, beautiful sewer room, and then I installed a makeshift laboratory in it. And the storyline to that is that one of the doctors that was here noticed that the butlers and maids that were infected by the darkness were impervious to injury or sickness. They seem to be faster and stronger. So here's a doctor in the middle of a hellscape, thinks he just solved, the next step in human evolution, to live longer lives. He thinks he's going to do a good thing for people. He really
I love how
does.
thought out this is. I really do.
And so he believes that if he infuses water with the darkness, he can then replace the water in our bloodstream with darkness-infused water, and we'd all be happier, longer-living people. Of course, that just doesn't work out. That just goes to hell in a handbag. God bless him. He tried. He even set up shop in the sewers so that no one could get hurt. And he had a never-ending amount of water to experiment on. But unfortunately, the experiments have not gone well.
James, do you find it even more interesting now that we went through it to hear the story?
Absolutely.
Dude, now I want to go back through with the story in my head.
I can't help myself when I'm at HellsGate. Like, I want to look at everything.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't want to go fast because everything is so meticulous and so well thought out. I was taking inventory of the whole thing.
You can't ever see everything.
No, it's impossible.
It's impossible.
It's designed so that you can't.
Right.
Hell, it's designed in such a way that people come back year after year, and you're very perceptive, James, with what I actually changed. I'm amazed year after year people come back and say, I love the new cabin, or I love the new coffin barn. And it's like, well, that wasn't new. That was here a year ago, but what they were focused on was either the character or effect that was happening. They turn their head to the left, they miss everything to the right. So the next time they're here, they look to the right. It's all brand new. And everything here, you've probably noticed, is designed in 360 degrees.
Yes.
Right? Like, we don't have any open ceilings or any of that breaks that kind of fourth wall feel. So everything is tight no matter what angle you look.
Yeah, totally
There's
immersive.
something, which helps a lot. That's one of the reasons we have a lot of success, and we're incredibly lucky that we have such return business, people coming every single weekend, because I know the show they see tomorrow is going to be different than the show they saw today.
It's unbelievable how you can never... I was just thinking of how you talked about 360, and I flashed back to when I was a kid, and you would go to haunted houses that were like in stores.
Sure.
And you
look
could
up.
see, like, look up
The
and see
fluorescent?
fluorescent lights and things like that.
Oh, I
It's
hate
like
it.
zero chance that's happening here at all.
I hate it. Yeah, it's like I'm already so grateful that my audience like suspends their disbelief, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
That's a great contract
Yes.
between a storyteller and the audience.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm not going to take advantage of that. You know, they already a little bit. They gave me
Yeah,
a
yeah.
little bit.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
now it's on me to provide the story in the world.
Yeah.
So that they don't break out of that disbelief. They don't break out and go fluorescent lights.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, Walgreens sign.
Yeah.
You know,
This is such a thoughtful experience from the word go. I've said this before. Walking through the forest to get to the haunted house is its own experience, and I love it.
thanks.
I love it because what could be more for the haunted house is still a contained atmosphere. You're walking through the open air, and that I find even scarier in many respects.
Yep. And
Oh, yeah.
there's something in our DNA, right? Like, this is one of my favorite parts about Hell's Gate is like, I look at Hell's Gate like it's basically 3 haunted houses, because you've got the outside, which that bothers people at a different level, right?
Yeah.
It is in our DNA to not go into the woods at night.
Absolutely right.
Because shit will eat you in the woods at night. Like, we've known this since we lived in trees and caves, man. This is old school.
Yep.
We can't help that we're afraid of that. You know, like, no one wants to run into a raccoon.
Right.
And so, like, even those simple things get you. But, yeah, to bring them outside and the unknown and the going through trails and the nature, it triggers a different type of fear.
It really does.
And then you've got, like, the house side of Hell's Gate, you know, which is the first half, which gives this very theatrical, demonic kind of movement. It's a beautiful theatrical fear.
It is.
And then once you take that slide to the basement, like,
Yep.
shit's on now. Like, now
true.
it is game on. It is aggressive. It is mean. It is
I
in
thought it
your
was game on
face.
before we got
Oh,
there.
no, it was
Okay.
game on before. John's a little off it.
I mean, for me, it's game on everywhere.
Right, exactly.
But there's something very hostile and aggressive about the basement, and it's like, and that's the beauty of it, right?
Yeah.
Is that it's got such variety in the show that it's got something for everyone.
I
It's
mean,
a very,
it's
a very wide net.
It's
for my
literally
audience.
textures,
Yeah.
feels,
Yeah.
like your
Oh yeah,
feet,
what you're walking on, what you're walking through.
right? Tight spaces, open, like every sense you've touched.
Yeah.
Smell, everything.
And we try to layer phobias on top of each other, right? So like
This
none,
is
none of that's
insane.
an
It's like
accident.
rainbow cone.
There is a science to all of this, right? Like, yes, you're going to layer this phobia with that phobia. In the next room, you're going to mix up phobias. Like, all of it's layered. Like, there's always 3 things happening in a room to get you because not every person's the same. And,
Yeah.
And I really want to make sure that I do my best, that I'm putting out an offering that is for everyone. So someone's going to find something they just love here.
Yeah.
I found lots of things to love. The thing we talked about last year, I'm going to bring it up again. It's that 1-2 punch of the doll room followed by the clown room. This one back here, not okay with any of it.
I'm not okay with clowns or dolls.
Oh, goody.
A room just full of old, creepy dolls.
Yeah.
Well, and the doll masks that the characters wear, fuck.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, like, we're not trying to be your typical
No.
circus clowns out here.
There's nothing cute.
No.
No.
No, those were the German clowns from the German circus that was traveling through Illinois.
Oh, my,
in between
see?
World War I and World War II.
This ain't it.
And some weird
9.
nationalism happened.
9.
They,
Ain't it?
they burned down
9.
the circus tent, and all those poor clowns died.
Oh.
So we
yeah.
walk in the clown room, and I said this to you before we started recording. I think you overstaffed the clown room. There were a lot of clowns in there.
Yeah, it was.
Like maybe they can
I
be
love it.
reassigned to the sewer or something. But
Yeah, no. And that was a low staff tonight, so I'm really glad
Yeah,
you felt
come
that
on,
way.
James.
Good
like,
job,
do they have a
kids.
union? Do you have like a minimum clown count you got to hit?
Yeah,
You
they
gotta
were
have
awesome.
at least 3 in that
The
room.
clowns were
At
on
least.
point
At
tonight.
least. Oh, that's so good to hear.
Yeah,
so
they were
good to hear.
on point tonight. Unbelievable.
I will
But
tell
yeah,
the kids. They'll be so
yeah.
thrilled.
Please tell them. Give them our best.
Wait till you see what I do with that room in 2 years.
Oh, look, he
You're thinking
already knows.
You're thinking that far ahead.
Oh yeah, like my designs are almost 5 years down
Really?
the road. Yeah, so the story, right? That's what I'm telling, and so I know where the story is going, and I know where I want to expand the story. I know characters I want to bring into the story, and things I need to do also for the audience experience. So like every night, I'm in costume and makeup. Clearly,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
One of the big reasons is because I follow customers all night long. This is for me to make sure show quality.
Yeah, of course, of
Quality
course.
control all night long. The actors are doing what I directed them to do. The scenes are doing what I designed them to do. All of that. But the other component is how is the audience reacting? You know, because I have a lot of weird ideas, guys. You know, I'm usually sitting by myself, and also I start sketching these weird ideas down. I'm like, I hope this works. But you don't know until it's a live show. Right?
A jump scare is going to get a jump scare reaction,
Sure.
but it's those like, holy shit, those creeped out.
Yes, and that's just it. It's the foreboding or the suspense. Like, did I amp the suspense between the well and the cabin? Like, is that doing the tick, 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 tick,
I was
I'm
waiting for
feeling?
the well. I was waiting for the well.
Great. I want the anticipation. That's what I want more than I want a jump scare. Because it's all of a sudden your shoulders start going up to your ears. You're having a physical change,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So like, these are the qualities I'm looking through at the night. Like, where's the audience really getting tightened up? Where are they loosening up and having some fun? Where are they just laughing? Where are they walking through and I'm not seeing an emotional change?
Yeah.
If I'm not seeing the audience have an emotional change in the room, I must kill the room.
Yeah.
No matter how much I love it, it's dead next
Right.
year. So like, part of it's me writing the story and pushing the story forward, but then there's another part of it that's like, no, the audience needs something different here. And at the end of the day, I work for them.
Yeah,
you
you
know,
have to
I'm
be
their
responsive to it.
storyteller.
I agree.
So I designed for them as well. So next year, they're going to love it because the audience, man, boy, do they love the outside. I already built the building. So there's a giant building outside in the graveyard you did not see because I pointed the lights at you and put up some blinds. You can't see it, but it is a 70-foot long, 16-foot high, 16-foot wide building that is going to be my 3-room mausoleum outside.
No.
It is going to expand the outdoor walking path.
Total
another,
Phantasm vibes.
Like 7-8 minutes. It's going to be. I'm very excited.
Oh my God.
And that's me working with the audience and seeing what they love it out there. So I'm giving more
yeah, and
outside.
I just fed right into that in this interview.
Yeah.
I mean, for sure. And I just like the fact that it feels like this. It is a lengthy experience, but like we're not even at the haunted house yet. Like
Yeah.
we're not even at HellsGate. We're just in the forest now.
Yep.
Oh my God! There's still X amount of journey to go on.
Oh yeah. And in my very original design, the walk through the woods was just a way to get to the haunted house.
Of course.
Which I thought was clever. I thought I was real smart.
Now.
Until the audience went through. And I didn't build a show out there.
Yeah.
I just had ambience out there because I thought, well, they'd understand. It's just a walk. It's not the haunted house. The haunted house is here. But they didn't. As soon as they went in the trail, they wanted show. And that was one of the, that's one of those things. You learn
You have
from your
to,
audience.
yeah.
You engage with them and you feed them the stories they want to hear.
The show comes at you the minute you get in the parking lot.
It does now. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
I mean, they're everywhere.
Yes.
Your cast of characters.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the cast of characters
Sure.
because, and we may have talked about this before. I think you do an exceptional job of vetting the people who work here because we've all been at haunted houses where people are just it's a fall job and they're just kind of half-assing it. Like they all seem committed to providing a great experience.
Yes.
They can't be easily done for what are essentially part-time employees.
Yeah, no, it's funny. Everyone thinks the last week in October is the hardest week for haunted houses. Not true. For us, it's training week. It's the most important week.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Training week is the most important week.
can totally
All
see that.
these people, John.
Yeah,
Jeez.
and I mean, I'm training 200 people. I do all the acting training. So we have our intro to movement class. We will do that for hours because you can't make a 16-year-old, 17-year-old kid sound scary. They're still going to have that cute little voice, right?
Yeah.
But what you can do is like move the center around in their body. Right, give them a different center to move with, a different tempo, and then suddenly that's a creature moving, not a kid.
Yes.
Start with the physical. So here we physical. A lot of haunted houses try to talk a lot, and words are crutches, and they often fail. And
God, that's so true.
Especially
That is
in a
so
haunted
true.
house, right? In all the world, words are crutches, and they often fail. But humans, right? We judge other humans in 0.2 seconds. We can't help it. We'd like to be more civilized about it and not judge people by their appearances. But the fact is, our animal brain, 0.2 seconds, we make a judgment. So that's what I train all of them on. You got 0.2 seconds.
Yeah.
The first thing the audience sees, that's what they're going with. So we start physical. That is the best way to start. At least it's what I've been
makes
teaching for
perfect
25
sense.
years is physical. Once I feel they got that, then we start learning how to build characters. You know, once I feel they got character building, then we start working with improvisation and work the improv game. Nobody in there has a script.
So
Nobody
you are
has
really
dialogue.
invested into the development.
Oh, absolutely.
I love that.
It's the whole bag.
I think the second you said physical, and I think Tim will agree, some of the best physical movement we saw was, again, outside.
And those, I said it last year. Remember,
Yeah,
they
man.
freak me
The
out.
crawlers?
Yeah, the
crawlers.
crawlers.
So good. That's
I don't want to
so
give it away because I
good.
want people, but it doesn't even matter. We can tell you what they do, whatever. It does
Yeah.
And it's
not.
not just one; it's multiple.
Oh, now it's multiple.
Yeah.
And it's
Because
like,
the audience loved it, so we just I'm like,
what
okay,
did she call
give
them?
more.
Ankle biters?
Yeah.
They're so
I
good.
love it. Then.
Oh, those
But
kids
their
are so good.
movement is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And that's all from training.
And that's all just training. Yeah, training and
Unbelievable.
working on it and practicing. And every single night, I go through the show and I will give director notes to every single character if need be. Some are just spot on, ready to go. But we also make sure we have a quality control. We will not start the show until I think it's 100%. If I got to back up and go through the rooms again and try it again, I will. But the audience will never see it until
Yeah.
I feel we're ready to go tonight. And that's just... We're an actor-based haunted house. I'm
Yes.
a theater kid at heart. I grew up on the South Side doing theater. I went to college for a theater degree.
Yeah.
All of this was so that I could keep doing theater. as I
All of this
grew
is so I
older.
could keep doing radio.
There we go.
Yup.
and-
Touche.
And so, of course, I designed an actor-based haunted house. And that's
Oh,
it.
it
Like
is.
everything else is just pretty shit that we make, right? Like it's cool looking. Oh, check this out, guys. You want to see something scary? There's no lights in the tent right now. Oh, wow. Viewer, if you could see this.
Oh, yeah.
Pandemonium.
Wait,
That's exciting.
wait,
Did you have to leave?
Yeah, is that really?
It's fascinating.
I love when John's lights are going down and he's like, look at how beautiful that
Hold
is.
on a second. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
We're going to do this on the podcast.
They think it's part of the show.
John and Kyle, are we okay in the tent, buddy? Why are there no lights in the tent, buddy? John to Colin.
This is awesome, James.
Well, I don't know if it is.
It's like a blackout.
There are zero lights in the tent. I'm still on the podcast right now, guys. Do you need me to leave the podcast, Kyle?
We would understand.
Yeah, we would totally understand.
Somebody turn on a flashlight for the love of God.
No, John, this is ambiance.
If you need to go, we understand.
Now they got this. Look at that.
I love it.
It's probably really scary.
That's what I'm saying. You're like, dude, you know what? Maybe this will
see
give
what
you an
happens.
idea.
Let's
Like,
just
look,
see
you're
what
going to watch
happens.
it out. You're going to
Exactly,
see
yeah.
how it plays
I'm
out.
not going to interfere.
This is how John's mind works.
Yeah, I wanna
I'm
see where
looking
this
at him
goes.
think about this, looking at it going, huh,
Yeah.
let's see. He goes, this is cool. Let's see how this one plays out.
I mean, we can never pull this shit on a Saturday.
No.
On a Thursday. Yeah. It really freaks
But
some
by the
people
way,
out.
so people at home, the tent is full.
Yeah.
I mean, there's tons of people here. Mm-hmm. And John is very calm.
The bus just pulled up with another
John is like,
busload of people.
busload of people.
Because
John's
as,
like,
as much training as I just walked you through with all my
Yeah.
actors, I have definitely trained all my zone leaders, all my managers, and I have faith in them.
yeah. And everybody's safe
They're
in
some
this
of the
place.
absolute best. My baby brother Kyle LaFlamboy is my
Yes.
right hand man out here. So I ain't worried about it.
Yeah,
Figure it out.
it's awesome.
He knows what to do.
But by the way, there's people everywhere. Your characters are everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody's alone ever.
No.
It's a beautiful, amazing setup, and how they move people through, and you don't feel like you're being moved through. You know what I'm saying?
Good.
Yeah.
Like it makes you, the flow makes you go. You know what I'm
Good.
saying? You can't really stop and go, what the? You're like, you have to keep going.
The whole idea is that the rooms are designed to scare you forward.
Yeah.
Yeah,
room,
that's it.
The
Well,
there
room
it is. You
should
just said
give
it.
you
Boom.
the energy to move forward.
That you just
if
said
you're
it.
slowing down, it's because the room's not doing a very good job.
Now, the rooms did a fine job tonight.
Yeah. Oh, an amazing
They function as
job.
advertised.
I love it.
Yeah, no, they're great. We have great cast tonight too. I mean, there's about 150 in there right now.
That's an awesomely sized
I
staff.
love how he
hell
says there's just about 150. What's your maximum capacity of
I don't like going
actors?
over 183.
Yeah.
So, I mean, 150 tonight, that's actors and I have 25 what I call support staff, right? The managers, the zone leaders. But we're
The
all in
booners.
costume and makeup too. You know?
Yeah.
No one's allowed to be in there, not in some sort of character.
Right, of
So
course.
that if you ever have to attend to a prop or a door or a customer, you're not taking
You're still part of the
people out
experience.
world,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, even if it's only 125 actors with the 25 leaders as well, I got 150 bodies in there moving and scaring.
All right. Look, Keymaster.
Yeah.
talk about Keymaster or not talk about Keymaster?
Sure, no, talk about Keymaster, man.
No,
yeah.
you talk about
You want me to talk about
Yeah,
Keymaster?
Keymaster.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's the Keymaster?
So we got this game here.
This is
where
amazing. And
every
I have an
night-
idea after you explain what it is.
Cool.
I'm excited to tell John my idea.
I love this. Every night on Instagram, we drop a photo of the Keymaster on Instagram.
Yes.
If you find the Keymaster when you're here at Hell's Gate, you could ask the Keymaster if they're the Keymaster. They will then reply with a question. The question is based on the lore of Hell's Gate.
Oh,
Yes.
boy.
If you could answer the question, your ticket is free.
That's amazing.
Find the key, and your ticket is free.
That's amazing.
And so every night,
But see
we
how
have
he
like
keeps this going?
5 customers winning every single night. Our
So
audience
where do they
members-
find the lore? Is it just on the HellsGate website?
It's on the website.
Okay.
Nice.
Tons of it is on the website, and then I've got little hidden Easter eggs in the website. So you got to drag that cursor over certain things.
Oh, my God.
That'll pop up. I designed parts of the website like I designed a haunted house. It's very interactive, and so yes, you could research the lore, the bios of different characters. All of that is out there on the website.
I love
on
everything
social
about
media as
this.
well.
I love everything about it too.
And so, yeah, people love it. I tell you what, on one of our first nights, I get a call, and it's like, we've got people up here trying to win the key. I was like, great. That's the goal, kids. What's the
What's
matter?
the problem?
Well, yeah, what's with the tone? And they're like, John, you got to come up here because they've got every single thing you've ever written on their body parts. And I'm like, what now? Their arms and legs.
Like you're
had
cheating for a
everything
test?
I've ever written, like they're cheating for a test.
That's unbelievable.
And so I walked up just to watch because I was like, as a
Yeah.
writer, I'm like, this is the coolest
Oh,
thing
yeah.
I've ever effing seen. And the question was about the clowns. How many clowns died in the Great Fire of Illinois? And the one guy
Based on
turns
the room,
to his
it's like
friends,
50, right?
And he's like, Tyler, that's you. You got clowns on your left leg. How many? How
That's
many?
amazing.
And
God.
then,
That is amazing.
and
Well,
the person looks at me and goes, do we disqualify them? I go, no! You give them all
That's
free tickets!
that's
Yeah, they're
amazing.
super fans.
Well, that's
Yeah.
a testament.
Yes, this
That's
is-
a testament of how long you've been doing this. That you guys have become famous. I mean, your characters have become famous. You've become like a personality in this world,
Sure.
like, that people want to meet,
weirdo.
want to see. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're like Fluffy, seeing Fluffy,
Oh my
and
God.
seeing what's the dude with the sparks come.
The Slider Jesus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Slider Jesus.
Fluffy is something else, man.
Fluffy
They
is
bring
crazy.
him gifts all night long.
It's
They
insane.
bring him gifts all night long.
like
crazy.
And then he
stuffed animal
destroys
gifts, right?
the gift in front of them. They will go to a Build-A-Bear. They
Oh my
will drop
God.
$75
Yeah, that's
on
not
the
cheap.
bear.
That's
for
not
Fluffy.
Unbelievable.
They hand it to him, and then he destroys it and pulls all the stuffing out, and they love it.
Yes.
It's weird.
What's
I
going
mean,
on?
It's not even my weird. Like, it's a
Yeah.
different weird.
Yeah, that's-
And
weird.
now I'm just like a curator of weird.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, let's give this some energy.
You're the
Like,
circus
Let's
master.
feed that weirdness.
You're the ringleader of
You'll
it all.
see, like, throughout the show, all the snow fence here gets all the heads of all the animals. There's
Oh, that's
hundreds.
hilarious.
There's hundreds of them by the end. Hundreds
That's
of them.
amazing.
It really is crazy.
So I was thinking, maybe, like influencers, YouTubers,
Influencers are
James, or like me, like celebrity keymaster,
oh, hell yeah.
where you pick us and you tell
But
us
you
what
got
our
to be a
character
character.
is,
Yeah.
I love it.
right?
Yeah.
And then we'll do the celebrity keymaster
I love this.
because James is celebrity.
I love this.
You get him in full makeup. You make him the character that you think he is, because that's what you do, right?
We gotta
when
have-
you get guys and girls,
we got to get
you
like
look
the
at
old
them.
record player.
Oh my God,
What is
that'd
that
be
called?
amazing.
The Victrola?
Victrola, that's what I was looking for.
And he walks
He's just
around.
out there with a Victrola spinning a
Oh,
record.
yeah, it's all he
Playing-
does with his
playing
fingers.
70
Talking
records.
through one of
Yeah.
those those little cone things.
Welcome
get
to
on those-
1955.
Yes.
Oh my
Oh, I
God!
love
Look,
that.
you already got your.
I'd
Look
love
at how he
that.
just did that to you. And then he's gonna put you in makeup, and it'd be awesome.
That'd be so much
And then
fun.
if they find you, then they get a ticket for the next time. To
Well,
come.
no. Well, then they have to answer a question about the lore.
Yeah.
You got to do the record backwards. You have to.
Oh my God! Look at him. Okay. Thank you.
We'll get-
That's my one.
Tipper Gore says you're going to hell.
Yes, there it is.
We'll get all Lords of Salem here in the midway.
Yeah, that's
I love
amazing.
this.
All right.
Okay.
It's a great idea, Tim.
Okay. Well, thank you.
So Hell's Gate is in Lockport. You park in the lot, you jump on the bus, you go down a long, desolate country road to get here.
We call it Murder Road.
Murder Road to get here. It's funny. I drove here, obviously, because I'm doing a podcast in my car. I came here just before the sun went down, and I went down this long road, which I'm used to taking a bus to get down. And at the end of the road, I saw all the smoke. Well, and like the lights turned red. I'm like,
awesome.
This is
I had something even better. I had Bambi walk out.
Oh, yeah, well, this is the time of...
The little deer walked out and just looked at me and said,
Yeah, this is the glowing.
"Good luck."
And then snarled.
Right? The deer looked at me and went, "Good luck."
Yeah, no, deer, I mean, that was the time, between 6 and 7 p.m. That's when they want to hang out.
Yeah.
So you got to go down the road a little carefully and thoughtfully.
Yeah.
But I say this every time, John. This is truly one of my favorite experiences I have all year long.
Thank you.
I look forward to this. It got to be end of August. I think I reached out to you around end of August. I'm like, oh, it's almost time.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I love Halloween season in general. I love the fall, but this really is a highlight for me. And now that we kind of turn this into an annual tradition for the three of us.
It's our yearly
Yeah.
date, James and I's yearly date. Fall date together to see
Locked in
John.
now. You're HellsGate regulars now.
But it's funny, and this is exactly the purpose HellsGate serves. I had a long day at work. It was nonstop. It wasn't fun. I was just busy. It was intense. Got in the car. Traffic sucked. Took forever to get here. 294 is a parking lot. But then the second I started pulling closer, I'm like, oh, I feel great. I'm excited.
Yep. 1000%.
My mood turned around the second I was within sniffing distance of HellsGate.
Right
Yeah.
on.
And
Agree, man.
It just what a mood elevator. And yeah, you're gonna get scared. It's part of it, but it really is fun. And you mentioned laughter. I laugh a lot through this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Oh,
I
1000%.
trade all the actors. You know, you cannot scare everybody.
Right.
But you can entertain
That's it.
everyone.
That's it.
And so we lean into that real hard.
And look, just watching, hopefully if you're watching this podcast or listening to it, just listening to John and the way he explains this and what the work he's done through the years to do this has to give you the confidence to know that trusting this guy.
This is all in.
It's
John's
all
all
in.
in.
Like, this man is amazing. You do an amazing
Thank
job,
you, Tim.
John,
Thank
each
you.
and every year.
Thank you.
All right,
It's
so
just
before I cut
unbelievable.
you guys loose, Tim, 94.7 WLS, afternoons, anything we should talk about radio-wise?
Oh, no, good. I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, you could listen if you'd like. I'd appreciate it.
Can you play me some Prince?
Yeah, done. Yeah. Back to back with a little aha, maybe. What do you want?
Can you play a deep cut of Hunting High or Low, or are you thinking Take on Me?
That's a no. We play hits.
How about Take
Play
on Me,
hits.
then? Yeah. I would settle for The Living Daylights.
Yeah, it's okay.
I mean,
I'll do it. I mean-
really an underrated Bond song.
It really is.
Which, by the way, on Amazon Prime Day, they had the James Bond movie themes, like vinyl package. It's like a 4-record set. It was deeply discounted from like Dr. No through the most recent one.
Really?
Like the first 3 sides are
Amazing.
absolute slam dunks. Like
Yes,
Shirley Bassey, I love that.
1000%.
All right, I digress.
I love
John-
the Duran Duran. I love the Duran Duran one. It
Oh
is
yeah,
what it
View
is.
to a Kill is fantastic.
Yeah, love it.
I love HellsGate. I love what you do here. I love the vision. I am full on board every year. Like I said, I wish this were year round. I understand why it's not, so we'll just have to come back next year.
That'd be awesome.
Awesome.
That'd be awesome. Got to throw some plugs at your audience real quick?
Sure.
Awesome. Check out, if you need more information or tickets, hellsgate.com, easy way. But we were talking about the sewers, and to learn more about behind the scenes here, go to daysofTheLivingDead.com.
There it
That
is.
is our reality web show we do every year.
Yep.
It's got really great, it's got a great episode we just dropped today that is the behind the scenes of the sewer build.
Love it.
And for those of you that are old school Statesville fans, which is where we were for 25 years before coming out to the woods here, we have a documentary called Feeding the Beast. And Feeding the Beast is about the final days of Statesville.
Awesome.
I know, it was awesome. I saw it. It's amazing.
We won 2 Emmys on that last year.
Congratulations.
So that is our Emmy Award-winning documentary on Statesville. Check it
Nice.
out. I put it on YouTube, and it's free for everybody. Feeding the Beast, 25 years of Statesville.
When does Amazon Prime come calling for this show that you're doing?
I don't know if they for the Feeding the Beast. I don't know if I'm ever going to get any money offers since I gave it to everyone for free.
Yeah.
But it was
Fair.
kind of like my celebration of the audience. And
I
all the
got
people
it.
that worked there. It wasn't a money thing.
And
It's a
please forgive me.
celebration.
Next time we do this, I'll introduce you as Emmy Award winning.
Yes,
LaFlamboy.
1000%. You're one step closer to an EGOT.
That's how I make my dad.
That's
talk to me. My dad has to call me and go, Emmy Award-winning son.
Yes,
Wanna
good.
talk?
Yeah.
And by the way, he should.
And by the way,
Okay.
he should, yes.
Yes.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, James. Thank you, Tim.
I
I'm
love
so
you
glad you
guys.
guys came out. It's one of my favorite things all year is that you guys come here.
And we're
We
gonna
get to
do it
hang out
till
in your
you-
car
Yes.
and talk about haunted houses.
You're going to do
So
this
thank
till
you.
you bury me here.
Yes.
So just so you know.
There we
I
go.
know where my plot is. Good times. Come visit.
And John knows where his plot is. He keeps working it out, workshopping it, and we'll see where it goes.
Very dynamic.